going on, YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here. It's been a little bit. I'm sorry, I know you guys want more content and all that, but no, I don't know. I haven't been going to events, so it's like, man, kind of running out of ideas here. But I have another deck for live replays, live matches, but that won't be until later. This video is going to be another continuation in Lunalight combo. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the dueling book, and we're going to go over a match step by step as to the method of madness, our choices, and all that stuff. But before we do go over that said match, there is one previous match that I do want to show you for those of you who encounter this situation. I did leave a little bit early. But it wasn't until I looked over the match later and realized that I actually still kind of had full combo, and I'll show you that as well. So with that being said, let's head on over to Dueling Book. Alright guys, pop quiz. We have here just a typical opening hand here. Plenty of options, lots of options. There's so many different paths you can take, but hey, which one is the correct option? Which one is the right option to go for? I'm going to quiz you guys and you guys' knowledge regarding, how well can you Lunalight combo? Do you guys really know what you're doing when it comes to playing Lunalight? So, we have a multiple choice little quiz here. So, looking at this hand, this is a play card. Which option do you go for first? This is this is like a two-part thing. Do you A, activate Tinky, search Tiger, normal summon Kaleido Chick? Do you B, normal summon Kaleido Chick, activate Perfume? Do you C, activate Foolish Goods and send something like a Serenade Dance and Tinky for, I don't know, a Yellow Martin, and Serenade Dance for Emerald Bird to draw a card? Or do you D, activate Foolish Goods and Tinky and do your thing? So, which one do you think is the correct answer? Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments, and let me know at the end of the video if you are correct or not, because I will have the answer up at the end of the video. Alright guys, so this is the match we ended up losing. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this bad boy. There's really nothing we can do against this spiral combo that's about to pop off. Now granted, this hand is pretty good going first because you could summon Emerald Bird, discard your Yellow Martin, and activate Perfume and get your combo going. But against a spiral board, going second against it, not very good. So here's the hand we got. We have an okay hand. It's still full combo, but I'll go ahead and essentially show you where I ended up quitting, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know my opponent drops a no material on this Yellow Martin. So how this really could have turned out. So looking at this, if you really dissect this this game, he no materials Yellow Martin, so that should be the end of it, right? Well, here's the thing. Get off my phone. Pause. Now you see there's a Tinky in hand. A lot of us, myself included, we forget that Yellow Martin can be used in the hand as well. So what I should have done is just activate Tinky and search Yellow Martin that way, and still make the Force Tricks and still full combo. Now, there's also a situation like this with this no material. This also reinforces the idea that, hey, don't commit fodder cards to zones 1, 3, and 5. Don't do it, because if something happens, you're locked out of your extra deck in those zones, especially in the middle. You definitely don't want it in the middle. At the very least, if you can't have no choice, if you have to put it in one of the odd zones, put it in 1 or 5. So at that point, if you do get like no material, you can just go on the other side and you can still make 2 to 3 extra deck monsters over there, versus clogging your middle spot. So that's something worth noting. So let's go ahead and actually look at our win here with Lunalight combo, and this is going to be a mirror match. Fun, huh? So let's go ahead and break this match down. Let's go ahead and take off this. Stop seeing this. We don't need it. Uninterested. Get off my phone. Alright, so mirror match. Here we go. We got our Kaleido chicken stuff going. He's going. Let's go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. And I think we scoop early. I think it was when our opponent had something that revealed some kind of information for my deck. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was, but he made Lambda. I'm like, okay, that's fine. We have Magician's Souls, which is good. Again, this is kind of reinforces the idea of why I took it out of the deck in general, because you will see it, but you'll either see just see no spell or traps you want, or you don't see enough of it to warrant the souls. And even if you do see multiples, again, I'd rather activate Perfume for the free body than to send it to the graveyard just to draw an extra card. So here we go. We go for our Tinky, and yeah, we scoop just so we don't have to reveal any information, just so they don't know what we're playing. They probably thought we were playing like Spiral or something. On res, he goes Droll Lockbird. That's perfectly fine. He interests me twice, actually. He Drolls and Gammas me, and we still win this game. So, I didn't think he had a Gamma, but then again, I should have expected Gamma at some point, because he's playing Lunalight combo. But I don't know, I guess because I saw Droll and Lockbird, I just assumed he didn't have any other hand traps in his hand. But we opened pretty good. You know, we have Magician's Souls and everything, so, you know, we go for Tiger. I think our opponent Gamma's our 4 Strix. I think this goes to show what I was talking about as well. Let's see, does he discard? Okay, he discards Martin. Okay, so we get our Serenade Dance anyway. I think we draw an Apprentice Illusion Magician, though. Wait, oh yeah, that's right, we can't draw cards because of Droll and Lockbird. That's right, that's right. So, here we go. We go Magician's Souls. We summon it. Of course, we're not going to be able to draw cards because of Droll and Lockbird. Again, I don't know why that card doesn't even allow us to draw. But, you know, again, not searching, that's one thing. But not searching and not drawing, that's where it becomes a little ridiculous. But, hey, older cards, right, man? Old cards. So here we go. We make Curious. I think, yeah, we're trying to play around Nibiru. And we go for Curious Effect, and I think this is where he Gammas. Because we can't make 4 Strix because Droll and Lockbird. So he's thinking, so I'm like, okay, get off my phone. So he's thinking, so I'm like, okay, clearly has a hand trap in his hand. So if he does negate this, I get a card to my hand from the graveyard. You know, it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. This is alright. So, I don't think I have another Tiger Engrave to activate, but I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things, regardless, because we still haven't used Yellow Martin's effect yet, and, yeah. So, let's see. He really is, okay, yeah, so he does drop the Gamma here on the Curious, and we end on, like, 1 rank 4, and it's the best rank, it's one of the best rank 4s right now, I think. Again, Evil Swarm Nightmare, I believe, is like the best rank 4 right now. I know Dweller is good, but Evil Swarm Nightmare, being able to book 2 cards down in the same turn, like book an entire Pendulum Summon. So I use Curious to get Jackalope to hand, and I discard it just to summon Mothman, and we can make an Evil Swarm Nightmare and pass turn. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Alright, so here we go. We make our Evil Swarm Nightmare. And here's where it starts. So we're gonna play. Now the method of madness here is, I don't know. I'm right here. I think I'd choose to book this down because yes, it's not a normal summon, but first off, you can only book special summons anyway, and second off, it's a level 4 and he clogged in one of his outer zones, and third, if he does use Curious in the slightest, I don't want him doing it. I don't want him doing Curious. Also, you don't want 2 level 4s on the board. Like, yeah, I know it would be wise to wait till he committed to something, like, let's say a 4-strix, but, players aren't dumb, so it's like, what if he ended up instead just making an Exciton Knight? I just kind of forfeited my entire board just because I decided to wait and all that, and it's just like, okay, the only way he's playing out of a nightmare is if he has Perfume in his hand or Foolish Goods in his hand, because he needs to get to Tiger at some point. Tiger, I was going to book his Tiger summon. That's the other objective that I was attempting to go ahead and neutralize, hit his Tiger summon. At the very least, I waited on Yellow Martin, but it's just like, he has Serenade Dance in his graveyard, so it's just like, he can do things, but it's just going to be really awkward for him. He has 3 in hand still. He hasn't normal summoned. Like, I just, like, if he Serenade Dances right away, I know what he has. So let's go ahead and fast forward. So he Serenade Dances. He summons Tiger. So I'm like, okay, he's trying to bounce it with Martin. Let's go ahead and book it down so he doesn't Martin it. Because with Martin, the cards have to be face up. So he's going in. He's Foolish Goodsing and all this stuff. Now, keep in mind, we are playing a mirror match, so he knows that I do play Gamma in my deck, even though I haven't revealed it to all game 1 or 2. So he's doing his thing. He's popping off, and he's making his Lambda, doing his shenanigans, whatever. So I win this game still, and I'm gonna let you know we drew into Dark Ruler no more, and he made Abyss Dweller and everything, but he didn't activate it. This is a part of the whole, hey, being a good player, sometimes you also need to try and bait your opponent into responding to certain things, and you can also bait your opponent into not responding to certain things. So if I go draw phase and I go immediately stand my phase and I say anything, knowing there's an Abyss Dweller on the board, my opponent could either A, be tempted to use Dweller and then they smack into an Imperm or a Forbidden Chalice or a Gamma, or if you're a better player, you would end up thinking, he's asking me for a response, knowing Dweller's on the board. He has Gamma in his hand. So I'm going to wait for him to commit a monster to the board. Surprise, surprise, I didn't have Gamma. I had Dark Ruler no more, so when I had played it, it forfeited his ability to even chain the Dweller in the first place. Now, again, it's not his fault, because we're playing the mirror match. He knows that we play Gamma. Both of us play Gamma. We play Imperms too in the side deck. So, that's definitely something that he had to be mindful of. And it's just like, again, it's just, when he made Lambda right away, I just assumed he already had the Gamma because he didn't make, I don't think he made Redoer at all. Yeah, he made Dweller. He didn't make Redoer, so I'm like, okay, he has Gamma in his hand already. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like he was trying to bluff me because, if he did have Gamma in his hand, then why didn't he just activate Dweller? He said he was trying to play around Gamma, but it's just like, even if that were the case, if you have Gamma in your hand, you could just negate my Gamma, so why not activate the Dweller anyway? So that tells me that he made the Lambda just to bluff me into thinking that he did have Gamma in his hand when he didn't. That's good strategy too. Bluffing is also pretty good. If you make Lambda in a position where somebody would normally make something different, and you know it's like game 2 or game 3, and you're like siding like Nibiru's and stuff, and they make Lambda, that can get you thinking, man, what if he has Gamma in his hand? If he doesn't make 4-strix and he makes Lambda instead, this guy has Gamma. Like, there's no way he doesn't have Gamma in his hand. The mind games, man. Mind games are real. Mind games, half this game is mind games and outthinking your opponent and bluffing your opponent. That's another, just, it takes more than good cards and good execution. It takes knowing your opponent. A lot of times I haven't said this in over like a year and a half, but really, I spend my game 1 just studying my opponent. Just learning your opponent, learning their tendencies, their habits, what kind of level of gameplay they have. That way you know you can navigate a certain way. That kind of thing. So right here, I go standby phase. I sit there. Right there, he says nothing on standby phase. I'll go main phase 1. And I'm going to ask. I think I ask anything. Or I just activate. Yeah, just activate the Dark Ruler no more. And I'm like, yep. It's a done deal, man. You forfeited your ability to do all that. Now Lambda is also turned off. So even if you did have the Gamma, it's just like, bruh, why? So here we go. You said, like you said, had to play around Gamma. And I think I even said, but you made Lambda. Let's see. Let's go and fast forward this a little bit. Right here. So I said, I thought you were trying to play around Imperm. And I said, you made Lambda, so I assumed you already had Gamma. He said, nah, Gamma is super common in Luna, which is true. So, you know, the game is essentially over from here. He knows that, you know, I get Serenade Dance to hand. Like, you know, it's over. You know, even if I don't discard the Serenade Dance, you know, which I do, I would just make Dugaris and just discard it and summon Kaleido Chick. Like, it's fine. So it's like the game's over, and we just have a nice little conversation and all that stuff. So we won the mirror match, even though we lost the die roll. Mind gaming your opponent. Hey, again, sometimes knowledge, you know, you can have a certain amount of knowledge for decks. Again, we know Lunas play Gamma, but sometimes having a certain amount of knowledge can go work against you too. In a way, in this case, he's trying to play around Gamma because we're playing the mirror match. In reality, it's like, I just have to make Dark Ruler no more. Again, this is what I said in the last video. A deck like Luna, it's awesome, it's powerful, but it has a very, very big inherent weakness to spells and trap cards. It doesn't struggle against monsters, but just spells and traps. Again, Dark Ruler no mores, evenly matches, lightning storms, all of it. The deck struggles against those cards. It's like unless you're playing Time Thief Winder and Retrograde, and you're side decking into like judgments and stuff, like you're gonna have a bad time against these spells and traps, man. Like, I'm sorry. Spells and traps are the bane of this deck's existence. That's why I like the Time Thieves a lot. And even if you don't open Winder, you can just Curious in Winder and Dugaris the Winder back, just so you can ensure you have that negate. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys learned something from this match, and even my previous loss when I got no material. You know, search Martin. You can activate Martin from the hand. We forget this all the time. But, yeah, guys. So, that's it for me. All right, guys. Now to go over the answers. For those of you who chose A, that is incorrect. For those of you who chose C or D, that is also incorrect. The correct answer is, in fact, B, Normal Summon Kaleido Chick, activate Perfume. And let me explain why. Well, you know, we all know Joel Lockbird is still heavily played this format. So if you were to go with option A, activate Tinky, search Tiger, and you get Joel Lockbirded, that leaves you with half the value of Lunalight Perfume for starters. So at least with this option of normal summoning Chick and activating Perfume, you get the full value of Perfume. You get the discard, depending on if you already have Serenade Dance in your hand, a Danger, or anything else that wants to be in the graveyard. You know, that's good synergy there. And you sell Foolish Goods to send Serenade Dance to the graveyard as an extra extender if you get Joel Lockbird, versus if you were to activate Foolish Goods right away, and let's say send Perfume, and you get Drolled, yeah, you got Tinky and stuff, but if you get Drolled, then you basically just wasted a Foolish Goods, because I'm assuming folks normally will just activate Tinky before they resolve Perfume and Grave and all that, but you know, there's that. Conversely, if you also, if you activate Foolish Goods and you send a card early and they have a DD Crow, that also can, that can also come in clutch for the opponent. So it's always good, as I've said in the previous video, to save your Foolish Goods and save your Tinkies for when interruptions start getting played. So let's say you do summon Kaleido Chick and you send Yellow Martin, you activate Perfume and it gets crowed, you have this in hand to send Serenade Dance to your graveyard, summon a second Kaleido check, and send Yellow Martin to the graveyard anyway. And you still have not searched the card, so if your opponent does have Drone Lockbird, use your one search for Tiger, still, totaling out to full combo. So, with that being said, guys, the combination of these two leave you the least vulnerable in terms of the hand traps that are currently being played right now. So, yeah, for those of you guys who picked B, congratulations, you know how to Lunalight combo. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that match, and I also hope you guys enjoyed that pop quiz. Again, let me know what you guys had answered originally, and let me know if you got it right, if you did mark the answer B. So, that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing out.